Welcome to all. Now today I discuss the Fibonacci series, how to determine the value of any term of Fibonacci series using recursion. Okay. So at first, what is the Fibonacci series? Fibonacci series is as 1, comma 1, comma 2, 3, 5, comma 8, 13, 21, and so on. So how to get the next term of the Fibonacci series? So how to get addition of two consecutive terms produce the next term of the Fibonacci series. So what is that? If we add 1 plus 1, then we get 2. If we add 2 plus 1, we can get 3. If we add 3 plus 2, we get 5. And if we add 5 plus 3, we get 8, and so on. Okay, so you can understand what is Fibonacci series and how to get the value of the any term. If we say that we get third term of the Fibonacci series, so what is the value? That is first, second, third. This term is second, 2. The value is 2. So third term of Fibonacci series, the value is 2. And also so on. If we asked the fifth term of the Fibonacci series, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth term of the Fibonacci series is 5, and the sixth term of Fibonacci series is 8, and so on. Okay, so you can understand what is Fibonacci series. Now we come to discuss the what is recursion. Recursion is a function that call itself. Okay, function. A function is a something instruction is there. You can operate some problem or some operation. Okay, when this operation involve itself, suppose you add something and you repeatedly add something, so you can use the recursion function to help. If we call this function one times, it repeatedly call itself until you get the proper result. Okay, so now I go comes to the demonstration of this program, that is Fibonacci series using recursion. Okay, so at first what should I do? First, you can see that we declare prototype of the function, that is int fifth number, and the int. Okay, so we can see that this prototype, you can understand that the return type is int. That means it give a integer value, and it take a integer value also, that is int. Okay. Now we scan the any term of the number, that is ampersand in. We can use scanf ampersand in, so we can get the any term in as if in. Okay. Now we call the function, and this function return the result in the fifth variable, that is fiv fifth equals to Fibonacci n. That means it calls the function Fibonacci. And when we get the result in Fibonacci, we print the value of fifth, and then our program is end. Okay. So now how to solve the Fibonacci function now? So at first we think that in the recursion function, two step are there. And one is general condition, and one is base condition. That means if some point of that the function must be returned some value, or exists the function. So this term is called base condition, and general condition is that it repeatedly call itself. Okay, so here Fibonacci series, if when the term is 1, then it must be written 1, and also if the term is 0, and it also give the return 1. You can see that when any term is not there, then it return also 1. When the second term is there, it also return 1. Okay, so we write that if term equals to 1, and it is the it is the OR operation, if term equals to 1 or term equals to 0, both condition it return term, that means return 1. Okay, if it is not, then we call the function Fibonacci in two times. Why? For first Fibonacci term minus 1, get the first term of the Fibonacci series, and Fibonacci term minus 2 get the previous term of this Fibonacci series. If we add this Fibonacci number to Fibonacci number, we get the next or third Fibonacci number, that is f. So, if suppose we get a value in n is 5, suppose n is 5. So, what is first come? Then it gains to the Fibonacci, call the Fibonacci, that comes to the function here, and now term is 5. So, this condition is not true. Term is not 5 and not 0, so it not return anything. So it goes here, that is f equals to Fibonacci term minus 1, that is we comes to 5 minus 1, that means 4, plus Fibonacci term minus 2, that means 3. It called Fib number 4 and Fib number 3, but it not written anything. Then it individually fifth number 4 call again the fifth number function, fifth no function, and also fifth no 3 also call this Fibonacci number. That means here fifth 4 and fifth 3 both individually call the Fibonacci function. Then it comes to, when it comes to here, also it in the next iteration, when fib4 is called, then fib4 is simply, okay, let's see, Fibonacci function is simply called fib3 again and fib2. And fib3 call fib2 and fib1. But we not get any value at a time. But when fib1 is calling, then we can return that fib1 is 1. So then this return fib1 return 1, and next when fib2 is called, then fib2 is also, fib2 is also called, fib2 is also called fib1 and fib0. Okay, so fib0 return, fib2 also called fib1 and fib0, and fib1 return 1. When term equals to 1, you can see the return 1, and term 0, that is when term is 0, it also return 0. So we get 1, that means we get 2. So it means 2. So it also it return when we return 2 plus 1. So it get 3. And also if 3 return 3 plus 4. That means we get 5. So you can see when we run the program, if the term is 5, the result is also 5. Okay. We also take another example. So we run again, and if we get the term is 7, we can get 13. That is there, 13. So I think you can understand how to Fibonacci is work and how recursion is work, how itself call itself, and here is the two condition. It is the base condition and it is the general condition. Okay, base condition and general condition. I think you can understand the Fibonacci series and recursion program. So you can practice another recursion function, and thank you.